Roseanne and I had a little project over the last few days putting together or building a door for the go between the master bedroom and the walk-in robe and ensuite. The basis of the door, we wanted something fairly rustic, a barn door. We'd already purchased a track, so we sort of had an idea of what we wanted. We just needed to either find a door or make something. So we decided we'd make something during this lockdown period. Starting point was this stack of planks that came out of the floor of the ensuite. These are old tongue and groove that we ripped up when we replaced them with H3 plywood. So yeah, we had this stack of timber that we just had to denail and run through the thicknesser to clean up the outer face. For the frame of the door, we had an old 8x2 plank which Dad had pulled out of our local hospital 37 years ago, it was, and it was probably 100 years old at the time. So it's a pretty old chunk of wood, very, very dry. I've been using it as a painting plank for a number of years, hence the state of it. But no, good solid bit of timber, so good starting point. Ripped that down the middle. It was actually a bit bigger than 8x2. It came out, each half was 105 by 52 mil, and yeah, very good condition. No borer or anything in there, so really good starting point. This is some of the floorboards after we cleaned them up. Ran them through the thicknesser. Like I say, we just cleaned up the one face, and then I cut them to the angle and approximate size that we wanted, and started mocking up how we wanted the door. The door itself was going to be 2050 tall by just on a metre wide. That's a piece of 4x2 that was actually the stud that was in the doorway when we did the penetration through from one bedroom to the other. So that was another piece of very old timber. It was pretty knocked around when we got it, so it's run through the thicknesser and cleaned it up as best we could. And then cut a channel in there for the floorboards to slide into for the infills, and a mortise tenon joint to go into the sides of the door frame. You can see there I've just got some of the floorboards sitting in there. Just you can see how nice and tight everything fits. Everything is a very good interference fit, nice and tight. And there's me just mocking up some more of the boards. We'd had a little play with some tips just to see how the timber would colour up when it was polyurethaned, and we're pretty happy with it. So that's why there's a dark patch on there. But yeah, as you can see, I'm just tapping the boards into place. They are an interference fit. This was the tongue and groove infills just laid out. So this was to give us an idea of how it was all going to look, make sure we were going to be happy with it all. The actual door sides themselves, this is actually from a couple of days previous, or a day previous. These were as hard as heck, and they were 52 mil thick, as I said. The door kit originally, it had bolts for 40 or 45 mil thick door was the max. So they needed a lot of passes through the thicknesser to get them down to size. I could only take off 0.2 of a mil per pass. So I ended up getting them down 47, just under 47 mil thick. So it was sort of 25 plus passes, because they were each between 0.1 and 0.2 of a mil at a time. It was very, very hard work. And this is just chopping everything down to size, working out how to make the best use of the timber. Once I had the side rails on the top and bottom of the door cut to the correct sizes, I then had to cut the channels in there for the boards, for the floorboards, for the flooring to sit into, for the infill panels. I did this just setting up a guide on the table saw, running it through to get the two slots in there, and then moving the guide, and then eventually just chewing out all that material in the middle. Ended up with a channel that was 22 mil wide by about 20 millimeters deep. That's just running through the machine till we ended up with slots like that for the boards to fit into that were just an interference fit. And that's with you can see there the centre braces, or the centre bar is fitted. Zach sitting under the sawhorse. That's just going through doing the trial fit of everything. It was all, it went really, really well. All the measuring and planning was paying dividends. Everything went together real nice. You can see there, that's the back side of the door. We left the one side of the door very rustic, with all the original saw marks and everything in the boards. Just it just gives it a different look. That's going to be on the walk-in wardrobe side, not the bedroom side. Next day it was a case of blow it all apart again, glue it all back together. Like I say, it's interference fit, so there's no nails or anything involved. It's just a case of lots of glue, tap, 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 get it all sitting in there the way we wanted it. That's it almost assembled. As you can see there, we've already pre-cut the slots for the sliding door track into the bottom of the door and into the two sides. So it's a lot easier to do at this stage than trying to cut it afterwards. That's what I've found anyway. That's the door sitting in situ, just so that we can work out the track position, get all that working right, installing the track, installing the hardware. And yeah, once it was in, it slid beautifully, sat nice and square, which was really, really good. And Roseanne's applying a polyurethane to it, a Carbothane, a Cabot's product, which come up beautiful, lovely gloss finish on it. As you can see there, come up absolutely beautiful. And that's the finished product, all done and dusted.